Overwatch is a brand new game. It's only been out for a couple of months now, but already we have had several updates and patches altering the strength and playability of various heroes. How's it going, everybody? Force here, and today I want to talk about balance in Overwatch and Blizzard's apparent design philosophy when it comes to changing heroes in this game. So recently there's been a lot of discussion around McCree. He was a powerhouse back in the beta until he got a nerf to his effective range. But then post-launch we saw a nerf to Fan the Hammer, which stopped him from shredding tanks anymore. It's at that point, McCree was picked much less often. However, recently there was a buff to his effective range, putting him more in line of how he was in the beta and making him kind of a must pick. And now that he's in this position, Blizzard plans to change him once more. Jeff Kaplan stated just earlier today, "We're trying some balance tweaks internally right now. If we like how it feels, we'll try them on the live servers." That's 4 pretty significant changes just to this one hero. But that's not all. Mercy has seen numerous changes as well. In the beta, she had her ultimate charge and range decreased, her movement ability, Guardian Angel, has gone through several iterations, and recently her ultimate charge was increased by 30%, making her more of a questionable pick. In fact, I'm not seeing a ton of Mercies anymore in my games, and in tournament play since this last patch, she's been mostly replaced by Lucio Zenyatta pairings. And then of course we had Widowmaker, who was a very strong pick early on, had her body shot damage reduced to the point of basically removing her from play except for certain maps, and then both Diva and Zenyatta just got major changes, bringing them back into relevance. Lots of nerfs, lots of buffs, lots of changes. Too many? Well, that's an interesting question. I think there's 2 ways of looking at how freely and frequently Blizzard is willing to swing the hammer. One is that it's a great thing. They're keeping a close eye on the player base, the matches, how often heroes are picked, and how effective they are. Anytime they feel a hero is over or underrepresented, they're willing to make a change, and they're willing to do it quick. The other way of looking at this, though, is that they might be acting too soon, not giving the player base enough time to adjust, learn to play with or around certain heroes, figure out the counters or way to make weak heroes work, and that these changes are happening in just a couple of weeks. The meta is never truly settling. I think that no matter which way you view it, though, Blizzard has been loud and clear with their balancing philosophy. Hit it hard, hit it fast, and change it later if it doesn't work. They're not sitting on balance changes for months, testing it internally to see if they think it works. They're saying, "Hey, we had an idea. You guys try it out and let us know if it's good or not." And then, if it doesn't work out, they'll throw it out and they'll try something new. I mean, again, look no further than the swinging pendulum of McCree's balance as evidence. It makes sense though, right? Because even months of internal testing won't give them the information of a single week on live. We have a much larger number of people with more varied skill levels than they could ever test internally. The concern, of course, is always that this is making this constantly changing, shifting thing, and that the game isn't steady or consistent. It brings up questions of, do they know how to balance the game if they're constantly balancing and rebalancing all the time? But for me, I actually like it this way. I think it keeps things fresh. I also think it assures us that if we don't like how strong or weak certain heroes are today, there's a really good chance that they'll be changing sooner than later. And again, because of the fact that this environment, with all of us millions of people playing this game, is a much better testing environment than whatever size team that they might have internally, it lends a sort of credit to the idea of don't waste time testing inside for too very long. Chances are by the time you push this thing live, the player base is going to tear it apart one way or another, whether it's for the good or it's for the bad. So what we're left with is this: a game that will be constantly evolving in the weeks and months and years ahead. I wouldn't expect any 1 or 2 heroes to be too strong or too weak for too very long. And Blizzard is going to change them. They'll come up with an idea of how they think it's going to work, they'll push it live, and they'll give us a go and say, "What do you guys think? You're the players, you're the pros, you're the average players, you're the below average players. All of you collectively, how do you feel about these changes? Are they good? Are they bad? Let us know, and we'll change it again if need be." It's a pretty interesting way to go about designing a game. It's definitely much more active than many of the games that I've actively been playing in the past. Just Blizzard's all over this, whether you like it or not. All right, guys, that is going to do it for me here today as we talk about balance in Overwatch, how it's constantly shifting, and how we should expect it to constantly shift going forward. I want to know what you guys think, especially with this topic. It's a very interesting topic when it comes to game balance and hero balance. People have very strong opinions on either side of the fence. Once again, I'm actually okay with it. I like it because I think it keeps things fresh, even if it makes things feel a little inconsistent. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you have a fantastic afternoon, and until next time, I'll see you later.